Okay, Cam, so what we're going to be doing is taking your blood pressure. You've been sitting here resting for 5 minutes, nice and relaxed. The next thing what we're going to do is we're going to find your brachial artery. So typically that's just found in between the bicep and the tricep muscle. So we're just going to palpate in there, feel for it. Then what we're going to do is take the blood pressure cuff or sphygmomanometer, and it always has some type of a marking that we're going to place up against that brachial artery. We want it snug, but not too tight when we set that on there. We're going to ensure that the bulb is completely closed. So we're going to feel the radial pulse. We're going to increase or inflate the blood pressure cuff until we can't feel the pulse anymore. Then we're going to go 20 millimeters above that. Place the stethoscope in the middle of the antecubital space. So once we have the cuff inflated completely, we're going to set the stethoscope into the antecubital space with firm pressure. Make sure that our fingers are not covering the top of the stethoscope. We're then going to release the pressure 2 millimeters every second. So we're going to listen for the first court cough sound. That's when we start to hear the sound moving through the stethoscope. And then the last court cough sound where we do not hear it anymore. All right, so that was 120/81. All right, Cam, so your blood pressure is a little bit higher than our cutoff point, so we're going to rest for another 5 minutes and then take it again.
Okay.
All right, Cam, what we're going to be doing is taking your resting heart rate. We're going to be palpating on the radial side of your forearm, about 2 or 3 centimeters away from the thumb. So when we're taking the resting count, when the timer starts, our first beat, we're going to count 0 and continuing counting up until the 15 seconds. 0, 1, 2, 3, 12, 13. So that's 13 beats in 15 seconds. So what we're going to be doing is taking the resting heart rate. This time we're going to be taking it from the carotid area. So in this case, what we're going to be doing is coming off the center of the throat, sliding over about 1 to 2 centimeters, feeling for that carotid artery. Once you have that, you're feeling the palpation. We're going to start the timer. The first beat is going to be a 0, and we'll count up to the 15 second. Ready? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that was 13 beats in that time period. So Cam, what we're going to be doing is taking a resting heart rate, this time with a stethoscope. So I'll be placing this on your chest. It's going to be just off the sternum on our second intercostal. Firm pressure, but not too tight, and making sure we're not covering the top of the stethoscope. When I hear the first beat, I'll count it as 0 and count all the way through to 15. So we're just going to bring the shirt down a little bit, make sure that we have that in place. We're going to be counting for 15 seconds. The first count is starting on 0. 0, 1, 2, 3. So that was 13 beats within that time period.